All carrots on my body, nigga play the way I'm on with it. Now the gang know them different places. I be all up on my money base, counting different places. We don't care about these likes, we done already replaced all carrots on my
I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. Like, people are taking this situation and they are just running with it. A lot of people don't even know who the hell this dude is. But this video is in relation to the Shawn Layden news where the guy fucking retired, essentially. Or retired or left, whatever the case is. It really doesn't matter, however way you want to look at it. I mean, point blank, he's not at the company anymore. I know a lot of people are a little worried about why he left so abruptly, and I totally get it. I totally get it, because it's like Sony had such a good run. It's these people that made the PS4 a success. He's one of the few people that made the PS4 a success, so I totally understand, you know, everybody's like viewpoint and feelings on him leaving. But then again, okay, sorry about that. But then again, there were a lot of people that just didn't know who this dude was. He started working for the company in 1987, okay? He was in charge of a lot of the Japanese software up until, you know, basically 2007, where he started to really mingle with the European, you know, PlayStation brand. And he did this until 2010, where he was in charge of the worldwide studios, right? So from that point on, there was some managerial shakeup. There was a lot of different, you know, people going here, there, everywhere. I totally understand. Now, I guess people are wondering, why is there a shakeup? Essentially, this dude is 58 years old. And we all saw what this situation did with Cass or I. The dude has gray hairs all over the place. It basically had the Obama effect. Dude's fucking grayed out. That's just one symptom of stress. I don't think this dude want to deal with the shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? A. B, there is probably a lot of political situations. And then there's other publications that are making a big stink about it. This shit happens all the time. I wasn't one to talk about 343 Studios and what was going on with them, because this shit happens. Essentially, every generation, there is some sort of new leader, whoever it may be, you know, and this is no different. The dude probably is tired. The dude probably has some differences, and he just doesn't have the mental fortitude to just fuck with people. It just probably was like, all right, fine, I'll just retire. This is getting out of control. I don't feel like fighting with people and trying to make things work, you know. You guys deal with it. I'm leaving on a high note, you know, peace. And that's probably what ended up happening. You know, I don't understand what the difficulty is or what the big thing about him leaving is, because the PS4 is a compilation of many different people. One being Mark Sony, Mark Sony. You know, he was one of the guys that did the architecture. There's also Shuhei Yoshida. He's another person. It was a lot of people. Andrew House, Jack Tritton, he ended up leaving. It's a lot of different things. I guess people are actually confused or a little bit worried on the direction of the PS4. And it's business as usual. It's business as usual. If you look at the situation, right? The guy says this before he left. It is a little curious. He ends up saying, like, you know, my studios. I want my studios to do multiplayer games, or he wants his studio to broaden the multiplayer, or broaden the games, the first party games to different avenues and stuff like that. And I can get why people are like, what the fuck's going on? I already had a video and podcast about this shit, so I won't be really discussing it any further, unless need be. I'm not going to discuss that. But he mentions that he wants to expand the first party studios to be on other platforms, specifically the PC, for multiplayer only. To me, that's a good compromise. You get to not undermine your actual hardware, and you get to expand your base and bring people towards it. they said that they focus on single player. They hired Insomniac. That's another like hint as to what they're doing. They're working on eliminating loading times because of the cinematic experience that they're actually doing. I mean, this is the shit that they're going to do. Why are people under the impression that Sony's going to somehow fuck it up? It's beyond me. The PlayStation is so important to them, especially now. It's not, they can't fuck it up. So yeah, they want to expand their services, obviously, because they want to make money. The same thing happened with Apple. Apple had devices all over the place before Steve Jobs came back after being fired to consolidate everything into the iMacs, the little big ass CRT computer combination thingies. And then they had their debut device, which is the iPod. And then they moved from that one to the other debut service, which is the iPhones. This shit happens all the time. But they do seem to have a very specific formula for what they're doing. They know that single player games sell. They know that they want to expand. They know like the actual market. They know how to work with third-party people. You know what I mean? They know the release. I think Shuhei Yoshida said that games like Gravity Rush, they need those type of games. And this is Shuhei. They need those type of games to expand. This wasn't Shawn Layden that said this. So I think they have a Bible, so to speak, on how to, you know, the ingredients of making a good PlayStation platform, because it's so important to them. It's so important. They're not gonna really fail with this one. This is not damage control or anything like that, but it's just like, what the fuck am I reading? I don't get it. And YouTube is a platform where I could, you know, speak my mind on this type of shit. But I keep seeing it over and over and over again. You know, all these, what is it, game radar, whatever the fuck the people are called. I don't fucking know. But they're like, oh, we talked to them and we didn't get a response. Sony didn't say anything. No, it's a personal affair. And him stepping down immediately, one of two things could happen. Either he was fired or there was something major happened where he couldn't work there any longer. And we don't know. We really don't know, and it's really none of our business. All we need to know is that if the PlayStation platform is going to be okay, and all signs point to yes. I don't know what else. They already know what they're going to do. As I said in my other videos, they're looking to expand their brand. We already see what they're doing with the PlayStation Now. They want that cloud. They want that PlayStation Now to be expanded to other services and stuff like that. And even if it is a timed exclusive for this time limit, at least people get to have the flavor of it. This is a new venture, and this is different. This is different. But that's all I got. It's hot as shit in this car. I'm sweating my ass off, and I'm trying to keep, you know, the temperature in there cool, but it's hot as shit. I'm out of here, guys.